5 unsolved missing cases that still haunt authorities. There's something so scary with the fact that a person, whether a child or a grown-up, could totally disappear without a trace and never be seen again. Despite the advancements in technology and techniques being used by authorities to locate these unfortunate individuals, there's still quite a handful of missing person cases that remain unsolved even today. In this video, we'll take a look at 5 of the most bizarre missing cases that remained unsolved for many years. Number 5. Rebecca Khorium. The cruise ship industry has always been tied with leisure and luxury, but like anything else in this world, this too has its shady underbelly. Through the years, there have been hundreds of cases of people going missing aboard cruise vessels. One of such cases that continue to baffle authorities is that of Rebecca Khorium's. Khorium was a 24-year-old crew member of Disney Wonder cruise ship. They were sailing off the coast of Mexico in 2011 when she vanished. Security cameras showed Khorium having a phone conversation at around 6 in the morning before she disappeared. She looks upset in the footage, and when a shipmate stopped by to ask if everything was okay, she mouthed, "I'm fine." That was the last time Khorium was seen. A few hours earlier, Khorium reportedly texted her parents, telling them she'd call the next day. What they got instead was a call from Disney informing them of Khorium's disappearance. The management was quick to suggest she might have been washed overboard by a huge wave. Others theorized she committed suicide by jumping overboard. Khorium's parents suspected a foul play. Disney, meanwhile, remained tight-lipped over the unresolved case. Number 4. The Fort Worth Missing Trio. The quiet life in a little town in Texas called Fort Worth was forever shaken when 3 of its dear inhabitants went missing. For more than 4 decades, families and friends of the now infamous Fort Worth Trio remained hopeful that they could be found. It was Christmas of 1974, when Rachel Trelica, 17, went to a mall with a friend, Lisa Wilson, 14, to buy gifts. They were joined by Lisa's neighbor, Julie Mosley, 9. Later that day, Rachel's Oldsmobile was found abandoned in a parking lot. The doors were locked along with the presents they bought inside, but the girls were nowhere to be found. The following day, Rachel's husband, Thomas Trelica, received a letter. Being married at 17 years old wasn't exactly unusual around that time. The letter read, "I know I'm going to catch it, but we just had to get away. We're going to Houston. See you in about a week. The car is in the Sears upper lot. Love, Rachel." Other than the message, there was something unnerving with the letter, such that it was written in childish scrawl. Mr. Trelica confirmed that the handwriting wasn't Rachel's. The trio was never again found. Number 3. Ashley Freeman and Lauria Bible. To say that Ashley Freeman and Lauria Bible's disappearance was one hell of a complicated case would be an understatement. It was December 1999 when Bible went over to the Freeman's house for a sleepover. That night, the whole place was burnt to the ground. What was found was the body of Freeman's mother, but not of the 2 girls. Police suspected Ashley's father, Danny, for killing his wife and kidnapping the 2. But his body was found as well among the ruins. Both parents were shot in the head. Bible's car was then located near the place, with the keys to the ignition. There's no telling what happened that night, though theories suggest the girls were planning a getaway. However, Bible's money and important belongings were found intact inside her car. The case remains unsolved. Number 2. Bobby Dunbar. The year was 1912 when the 4-year-old Bobby Dunbar went missing during his fishing trip. Police searched for Bobby for 8 months. They later found a man named William Walters who was traveling with a boy who looked exactly like Bobby. Mr. Walter claimed he was given custody of the child by a friend. The boy's name was Bruce Anderson. Investigators determined Bruce to be the missing Dunbar child. Later on, a woman named Julia Anderson, who claimed to be Bruce's mother, went to court to contest the police findings. Anderson corroborated with Walter's statement, but the court dismissed the case. Then in 2008, one of Bobby Dunbar's descendants opted for a DNA test. The findings were rather shocking, such that the Bobby they have long known to be their grandfather is in no way related with the rest of the family. And so this case was once again given with an unsolved status. And number 1, Tara Calico and an unnamed boy. In 1989, a disturbing Polaroid photo was found in Florida, showing a young woman and a boy bound and gagged. 2 families immediately came forward to identify those in the picture. The woman was claimed to be the 19-year-old Tara Calico, who was reported missing while cycling in New Mexico. There's not a trace of her disappearance, except her Sony Walkman that was found miles away from the main road. Another family claimed the boy to be their missing son, Michael Henley. The 9-year-old boy had vanished while on a camping trip with his father. This proved to be untrue, as Henley's body was later found in the forest near the campsite from which he had disappeared. Meanwhile, the whereabouts of the young woman in the picture continued to be a mystery. The origins of the unsettling Polaroid photo couldn't be determined as well. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.